Welcome back everyone to Dr. Robotnik's Creature Capture. In part 5 of our playthrough, we're headed for the sprawling metropolis of Starlight Zone.
Ready? Go!
Once again, as far as I'm concerned, Eggman is doing a public service in this stage. Wild animals shouldn't be running around the city. Eggman is simply looking out for the safety of both the animals and the city's inhabitants. What a swell guy. Why, I bet he could do good things for this town as a councilman, or a mayor, president maybe, perhaps emperor of the entire world. Just a thought. Really though, Starlight Zone is one of my favorite zones in the series. In Sonic 1, I would say it's second place right after Spring Yard for me. Much like Spring Yard, it takes place after what I consider a very difficult stage. You know, a Marble Zone in Spring Yard's case, and Labyrinth Zone in Starlight Zone's case. So both stages serve as something of a break, as sort of a relaxing breather before moving on to a more difficult stage, and I think that's a sign of good game design. You definitely want to let up on the player every now and then. And again, that isn't to say that Starlight Zone is insultingly easy or anything. There are definitely challenges, both in Sonic 1 and in this ROM hack. In Sonic 1 in particular, one of the big challenges was the introduction of the Bomb Badnik. They were these enemies that you could not attack, even if you rolled into them they would damage you, and they exploded in this flurry of fireballs that was somewhat difficult to dodge. Fortunately, said Badniks are on Eggman's side, so they won't be attacking him in this stage. On that note, I do hope those Bomb Badniks are an exception to Eggman's animal-powered design rule. Oh, it's probably best not to think about it too much. Anyway, let's head back to the finish post. Just duck down here, and we're done with Act 1.
Ready? Go!
So Act 2 is a little bit larger, and it's asking us to collect a few more animals than the previous level. Fortunately, this stage is relatively easy to get around. The capsule is over here to the right. And the game just gives us 4 free animals next to the capsule. I mean, hey, I'm not going to complain about that. Next, you're going to want to hop up on this ledge, avoid the spikes of course, and head back to the capsule. Next, repeat, but go a little bit further right. Now all we do is grab this pig and head back to the capsule. Let's try that again. Let's just take this route instead. There we go. And we need to come back up here one more time, but this time to ride this spiked pendulum, which leads us to our next animal. Now we're finally headed back to the left. Let's just duck down here, get this pig, and jump back up to the capsule while avoiding the spiked pendulum there. Now, for the final animal, we head back to the left, and jump on the spiked pendulum and ride it across. Simple. Now just take it back to the capsule and finish the stage. Now that we've got all the animals, let's head back to the finish post near the beginning of the stage. And we're done with Act 2 of Starlight Zone. Next up, Act 3.
Ready? Go!
Act 3 is large and open-ended. There are many branching paths, and it's easy to get lost if you're unfamiliar with the stage layout. As I said in my Marble Zone video, sometimes it helps to just enter the level, scope the stage out without actually capturing any animals, just to find out where all of them are, find out where the finish post is, etc. Then enter the stage again and make a serious attempt to complete the level. If you're going for the best time in this stage, a lot of it really does just come down to memory. And I suppose that is one attribute that separates it from the treasure hunting stages in the adventure games. In those stages, the locations of the emeralds, keys, etc. were randomized. Here, the animals are always in the same place, so you can get familiar with the stage and know exactly where to look. As a viewer pointed out, a more apt comparison might be to Sonic 3D Blast, a game where Sonic had to destroy Eggman's Badniks and rescue animals, and then get them to a goal ring at the end of the stage. Dr. Robotnik's creature capture is sort of like that concept in reverse, with Eggman capturing Badniks in order to... Did I say capturing Badniks? With Eggman capturing animals in order to make Badniks. Now we're focusing more on the lower half of the stage. Two of them are right under the capsule. We just got one of those. Let's go ahead and put that one in, and go back below. Now, just activate this staircase, head down, and capture the next one. Next, we're going to head to the elevator to the left. Once you get there, ride it up, and ride on the spiked pendulums. Let's just hop on this one, and the next one, and this will take us to our next animal. Which of course we will bring back to the capsule. Now, as you might have seen when we dropped down from collecting that bird, there was another animal beneath it on a ledge. Let's go collect that one next. Let's just hop up here, capture this pig, and bring it back to the capsule as well. After this, we will only have two more, and they're both fairly close to one another. Now we're going to activate the elevator again, but this time go beneath it. And here we encounter a fairly annoying obstacle, these flamethrowers, which of course will make us lose our animals if we are holding an animal at the time that we get hit. So let's be careful not to do that, and ride these platforms back up, and fall off like an idiot. Let's carefully try that one more time. There we go. Now to go the right way. Head right to the capsule. And let's go back and get the last one. Just like before, we want to not fall down the slope. We want to activate the elevator, and this time head right. This will take us to where the goal post is, as well as the final animal. So we'll know exactly where to go after putting this guy in the capsule. Now let's just carefully dodge these flames and make our way back up. And we have more than enough time to finish the stage. Still, we want to get as good a time as possible, so let's hurry on back to the goalposts. And Eggman's completed Act 3 and all of Starlight Zone. And that about covers it for Part 5. Join me in Part 6, where Eggman captures the animals infesting his own base, Scrap Brain Zone. See you then!